Last time we spoke about the presence of tape in today's analog world, maybe in hi-fi world in general. And today I just want to answer the question I've put in the title of this video with a personal reflection, and to say I'm not entitled as a technical engineer. I don't understand how tape recorders work, a little bit, but not from a technical perspective. As neither I do understand the digital analog converters. We use benchmark here, but as the benchmarks are up to specifications, of course, because they are brand new, this tape recorder is up to specifications, factory specifications, made again by Andreas Kuhn in Switzerland, Studer Analog Audio. So I can rely on that. What I can use are my ears. I'm a musician for more than 30 years now. And to answer the question, does tape sound better than? Yes. It sounds better than anything else. High resolution digital audio, yes, it sounds better. Does it sound better than CD quality? It's hard to compare even when we play it directly from Samplitude to the benchmarks and DAC to the loudspeakers. It's difficult to compare. Tape has a kind of openness, a kind of clarity, a kind of ease of sound that goes much beyond the discussion of distortion, of linear recordings, what digital obviously provides. It is about, and you should hear it once, and once you hear it, you can never return again. It gives a kind of relaxed feel in your stomach. It's hard to describe. When I record on tape, and we did a comparison recording, tape, high resolution, CD, and then high resolution on tape, CD on tape, see what it compares to. Every digital sound that hits the tape recorder opens. It gets better, and I don't know why. But the original analog recording directly recorded to the tape recorder, that sounds overwhelming. When I play a trill on my clavichord, which is an extremely difficult instrument to record, it sounds quite soft, but when the tangent hit the string, there is an explosion of upper tones, and in the digital recording, even CD quality, or high resolution also, it's better on high resolution. It has difficulties capturing all these upper tones in the kind of way that you experience it live. But when I heard my recording on the tape, I was really overwhelmed. Playing a trill, which is of course a tremendously difficult thing to record, certainly with this explosion of upper tones going very fast. I for the first time hear the articulations between the fast note. There was air between. I'm used to the CD quality, certainly to YouTube conversion, that all the notes are stick together, but here there's air. I hear little things, I hear space, I hear room. It's so easy sounding. And to end this, and I will just read about from this book that I recently bought, not because I wanted to read something about tape, but just I wanted to read something about mixing. And it's a very known book, I think, to many of you, Zen and the Art of Mixing. It's very worthwhile reading. It's written by Mixerman, and he seems to me a very, very, very experienced guy. And he writes about tape, and I'm sorry that I read complete passages, but it's so interesting to share with you. He says, "These days, tape machines are probably the most misunderstood pieces of mixing gear. If you've never used a high-quality 2-track tape machine, then I recommend you borrow or rent one before you print your next mix and hear yourself what it does. The difference between a mix that's hit the tape and one that hasn't is similar to the difference between videotape and film. From a musical perspective, it is the difference between 5 individuals playing a track and a band performing a song. I've personally demonstrated the value of tape to countless clients, and I still have yet to come across a single one that didn't immediately recognize the enormous benefit that tape supplied to mix." There's probably no analogy that I can come up with to adequately describe what good analog tape will do for your mix. The difference is so staggering and the result is so pleasing that it can actually cause you to wonder how you listen to your mix without it for all those hours. Tape is the finishing process for a mix. It congeals the mix, glues the parts together, widens the mix, offers more depth, provides more nuance, and most important of all, it's what finishes the mix. And I continue with that. What he emphasized in the book also is that you have a good tape recorder, one of this size, because it provides the stability of the tape running through before the heads. But also important to mention is that he's talking about digital recording going to the tape recorder. I've experienced that when you have done originally recorded to the tape, which practically might be impossible for many, certainly when I have a band in multi-track recordings, which makes it of course much more complicated, that again there is a huge step forward. But anyway, did say not all tape machines are created equally, and then he starts something about quality of tape recorders important. If you read about analog tape on the internet, you'll find some of the stupidest, and that's not my word, and consequently largest threats out of there regarding this subject. In most cases, the people arguing that digital offers more fidelity than analog tape don't even know what they're talking about. Okay, unless you spend time using tape and get over the learning curves involved, that's important, you have no way of arguing this, and I promise you that 99% of the people arguing that cheap digital is more accurate than tape are either deaf or have never actually printed a production onto a good 2-track machine. And I think the last sentence is correct. There's a lot of talking about analog digital also with my friends, but few of them really have listened to that. Few of them have experienced this sound or even vinyl. So, just wanted to share that with you. It's a statement more than a discussion. I would love to see more analog tapes, since we're probably going to do analog recordings here in our studio if we succeed in building that. But as we speak, end of 2015, and of course I'm just orienting in this field, I don't see too much dynamics yet of tape and tape recorders. There is some, and there is an awareness. The difficulty is that these machines are not produced anymore. They're very extremely expensive to produce, and one can wonder how we manage that in the future. If we want to remain, if we want to keep the analog sound, and I think more and more people do, then we definitely should pay attention, maybe much more, to tape recorders, because that's the source for all the analog sound, and it's concerning me, and I think many others, a sound that would be missing. So, just something to think about. Leave your comments below, and I'm happy to read what your ideas are about this subject. So, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing to this channel, sharing this video, and we see each other next time again with news about the studio, I think. See you, bye.